Okay, thanks for joining this live session. We are live straight away. We are looking at the S&P 500 futures. Right now it's trading at 4,366.37. It has actually dropped further, I think, obviously further than what it was on Friday the 21st. At some point it rose up to 4427 or something like that, but it has since continued to crash. I think the case of Ukraine and Russia has worsened. Has worsened. It's probably behind this retracement we're looking at right now. So that the danger of a conflict is still a big issue right now. So right now the S&P is down at 4367.22. The momentum on this 1 minute live chart for the S&P 500 futures is oversold. That's what it's indicating. Okay, let's go and have a look at other things going on. This is the S&P 500, the XPX. It's not trading at the moment. It's quite dormant. Let's look at other stocks and see what's going on with AMC in this pre-market session. AMC down 6.4%. BBIG. If there's any stock you want us to have a look at, drop it in the comment there and we'll have a look at it. BBIG is down 4.7%. That's what one would expect. EXTN, let's see, it's saying it's one of the most active stocks right now. EXTN, what's going on with this stock? Okay. KTRA Corp up 58.33%. Strongly bullish at the moment. What is behind this rally for EXTN? Okay, EXTN to acquire. Okay, NFlex to acquire KTRA in all share transactions. So that is why we're seeing this rally. It's a major rally. It's a major news. That is why we're seeing this. Momentum is strongly bullish. So too the stock itself. Yes, if you just join us, we're looking at the broader market. Let's see what's going on with the S&P futures. It's down to 4,365.12. Momentum is waning. And then on the market front, this is currently the most active stock right now. KTRA up 60% at the moment. Okay, let's Okay, EXTN up 58.33%, moving sideways at the moment. So let's continue to dig out more and more stocks in the move, and while we continue to see what's going on in the broader market. PFE, Pfizer, let's see what's behind Pfizer's moves. Obviously Pfizer, even though the market has dropped a lot, Pfizer is it's quite a safe bet, it's makes money. Obviously it's an all-American company, and currently down 3.67%, but it is, a lot of shares have been moving. What's behind this? Gapping down. It's one of stocks gapping down. EU regulators to set rule on Pfizer COVID pill by end of January. Pfizer and BioNTech published data from 2 laboratory studies. COVID-19 vaccine-induced antibodies ability to neutralize SARS-CoV-2 Omicron variant. Something there is behind this slight gap downwards to 3.66%. But I think the volumes are what is in question here. 3.274. It's quite a big one for now. There aren't very many stocks on the move right now. Okay, let's quickly have a look at ERAS. ERAS is unchanged. So let's find out. There might be some other stocks from here. PFE. Let's get the news. Okay, early market gappers, let's see. Okay, KSS. Let's get them down. KSS, HOL. Let's see some of these stocks. They may still be on the move at the moment. So thanks for joining us. If you just did, we are looking at the stocks in the move right now, and also looking at the S&P futures. It's down slightly, has retraced further, and the bottom yet. Obviously it has continued to retrace. We haven't reached the bottom yet, obviously, and some of the indicators will be well, one of the key indicators will be rising volumes, but what is absolutely certain is that if it continues to retrace, then the bottom gets closer. That is as simple as that, because as it continues to retrace, sellers begin to drop in number, and also buyers obviously become those sellers also become buyers, because they've taken their money off the stock, and then they'll probably be waiting to get back in. So that's one of the key things you have to bear in mind. So we're just trying to get some of these tickers that are on the move. We believe we're on the move at some point. They may still be on the move, so I'm just picking them out, if you don't mind. And okay, let's quickly see what's going on with the S&P futures. Okay, it's at 4362. Obviously you can see has been retracing. This is the 1 minute live model. This is the closest you can get to what's going on with the S&P futures. The trend is a bearish one. It's been retracing, and I've been scalping it. If the momentum, this is the momentum indicator, momentum escalator. If it goes above this 80 level, it becomes overbought. I just quickly, if I'm around, if I'm watching, I sell, take it, sell a small portion, and then there's a good chance it will begin to retrace, because it's bound by it's bound between 0 and 100. So if it gets up to 100 or getting closer to 100, it will retrace again. So because momentum precedes a price action, obviously this is it's never guaranteed that it will be the case, because it could be rallying, and it could be a sustained rally, and then you could be your position could be decaying, so but for now I think it works, because we are in a bear market. You can see it's retracing now down to 4360 now. Right in front of us, the S&P futures is dropping at 4359.87. It's totally crazy right now. So this indicator is decaying further. It's at 15.59. That's the fast line of this momentum oscillator, indicating that what we have is that we have the futures is totally oversold right now, and it could get worse. It could fall to as low as 0, but right now it's at that 14.52. You can clearly see there's retracing now at 4355. Right in front of us, it has lost about 4 points. So we haven't reached the bottom yet. Obviously we haven't reached the bottom. If you look at the let me see the chart. This is the S&P 500. Even though it's slightly different from the futures, you will clearly see that we haven't even reached the sort of bottoms we reached at some point. I think last year, September. We may or may not have reached that sort of levels. Yes, if you just joined us, thank you very much. We're looking at the S&P futures. It's now down to 4353.37. Okay. And we are also, personally, I'm also observing this momentum oscillator. We are in a bear market right now, so there's a good chance it will continue to retrace, continue to fall. But when the momentum spikes, I tend to also take out, short it, if you like, or sell it, and then because there's a good chance it will also cool off from there, because when it rises, like right now, it is oversold, meaning that there's a good chance it will continue. It may spike up again. There's no guarantee that will be the case, because you can see that it's been here for some time. You can see that it's been oversold for a couple of minutes now, get up to 10 minutes now. So imagine if I opened the position, opened the position to buy. You can see that it would have decayed further. I would have run into more losses. So there isn't any guarantee, but it's just like everything. It's pretty much your luck, even though you have your science and your technicals logically in place, but there's no guarantee that it will go in your direction. But I'm observing it right now. It's at 20. If I'm still around, if I'm still watching and it gets to above 80, I will sell, because I believe we might continue to it may continue to retrace further, or it may just cool off from being overbought. So amongst other things, that's what I'm watching right now. So let's look at the S&P charts here. This is the 1 month chart. So you can clearly see it's very much bearish. Let's look at the 1 year chart and see and compare that to where we are right now. So but obviously they're not absolutely the same, because the S&P chart is slightly different from the what is it called, the S&P futures chart. So okay, this is the low of September. Okay, you can see that is at 4288, low of September. So low of, as a matter of fact, 4th of October 2020. 4th of October 2020 is just roughly is that not 3 months ago? Yeah, 3 months ago we were at 4288. Where are we right now? 4356. I mean, it does not mean that we're going to fall as low as that. It does not mean we're going to fall as low as that, but just a reference. That's just a reference, So yes, and obviously you can see all the way back. We can see We had this drop below the, okay, this slight drop below the 50-day moving average sometime in June. Okay, that was at 4168. So key support here is definitely 4295. 4295. This is the closing figure for the 4th of October. We haven't reached there. That is the lowest support since it's since the last 3 months. That's the lowest support. Yeah, so let's return and see what's going on with stocks. Otherwise, some of the stocks that may be on the move. Okay, Pfizer down 3.98%. Let's see AMC, if you don't mind. It's down 7%, 7.01%. It may be a good buying opportunity for market participants. BBIG down 4.7%. So obviously, a lot of all of these stocks, you have to be careful with them. Obviously, AMC makes money. BBIG, I think it does make money, but they're not exactly. BBIG is not exactly an all-American stock. AMC, well, it can be argued. It can be argued whether AMC is an all-American stock right now, because market participants have put it up there on the charts. They've put it up there on the map. It's hard to argue if it's not an all-American company. It has become popular. Market participants are definitely following it. It's going to be really hard to say, tell market participants not to buy it. There's money locked up in the stock in the form of short interest. I'm talking about AMC. So let's quickly have a look at some of the other stocks that may be on the move. KSS, Coal Corp is up 33.43. Okay, 33.43. Coals definitely an all-American stock. So definitely it's worth observing what's going on with it. So let's see what the news is. Call confirms the receipt of expressions of interest. Okay, call, or let's see, let's get this out and read it. Okay, it confirmed that it has received a letters expressing interest in acquiring the company. The company's board of directors will determine the course of action that it believes is in the best interest of the company and its shareholders. Shareholders are not required to take any action at this time. Coal does not intend to further comment publicly on these matters unless it determines it in the best interest of shareholders to do so. Okay, so yes, the rumors of an acquisition is what is behind this rally. Rumors of acquisition, expression of interest, up 34.09%. Calls Corp. Okay, let's look at the other one. The next one is HOLI. Okay, Holysys Autotech down 0.95, so nothing much there. VOD. Okay, Vodafone. Okay, down, up 6.44%. Let's get the news. Okay, another one is at CTSO. Okay, we don't have any news concerning Vodafone. Okay, the next one is at CTSO. CTSO is unchanged. There might be some news out there concerning it. Next one is UL. Unilever up 7.87%. Strongly bullish at the moment. Let's see what the news is. Okay, there isn't any news out there. This is a global conglomerate. SABS, SAB, Biotherapeutics Inc. up 4.74%. ATGE, okay. Adtalem Global Education up 5.81%. So let's return to Coles. Coles is up 34.48%, and let's quickly return to the S&P futures. S&P futures has continued to retrace, is now at 4351. Momentum has just failed to spike sufficiently. You can see since 8:15 US time, it hasn't gone above this level. Still moving pretty much sideways, getting oversold right now. We can see the line trend easily on this 1 minute chart is a bearish one. The stock is retracing further, and I think the news is that obviously it's not news, but the tensions between, or the tension between, or the prospect of Russia attacking Ukraine, I believe, is or rather encroaching into the territory of Ukraine is growing. And I also believe the US president has also dared Russia to do so. So the tension is there. It has increased further. I think that amongst other things, that is why we are seeing this retracement at the moment. Okay, so S&P futures down at 4349. We haven't still reached the levels, the lows of early October. That low was 4295. We haven't reached there yet, so that is its major support at the moment. But obviously we are looking at the S&P 500 index itself, not exactly the S&P 500 futures. Slightly different, but even at that, they're not that far off. Yes, still moving sideways now, even retracing further at now at 4348, 4346 now. Let's see whether we can get any news. We can't get any news. There's no news out there. Obviously, there's news out there. We can always come here and see what the news is. Okay, you can see that in the meantime, President Biden is considering sending troops, warships, and aircraft to. You can see that whenever you hear this, definitely the markets are not going to hang around. Okay, so President Biden is considering sending troops, warships, and aircraft to Eastern Europe amid fears that Russia will invade Ukraine. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi acknowledged that discussions for a smaller Build Back Better Act will be put on the back burner amid their priorities. Okay, the treasury market is trading mixed, causing some minor curve flattening action. Okay, so yes, you can see that definitely there's something there. So okay, we can also see some of the other stocks on the move. I think Halliburton, HAL. Let's look at that. If you just joined us, thank you very much. We are looking at the broader market decay. We're looking at the broader market decay. S&P futures down at 4345. The news, amongst other things, is that President Biden is considering sending hardware to Eastern Europe. You can see that. Biden is considering sending troops, not just hardware, and men as well, sending troops, warships, and aircraft to Eastern Europe amid fears that Russia will invade Ukraine. And yes, that's what I believe that should be a key driver for this further retracement we're looking at right now. But it hasn't reached its October support of 4299. That's early October support of 4299. We're not there yet. A few hundred points away from there. Momentum has been flat for a long time now. On this 1 minute live model for the S&P futures. So the market is opening in about call it 50 minutes, yes. So what we're looking at right now is the pre-market session. Pre-market had a button is down 3.05%. Let's get the news. Okay, the company's fourth quarter adjusted profit doubled from a year earlier. It said on Monday, today, the 24th of January, beating analyst forecast and prompting the oil field services company to lift its dividend following a rebound in crude and natural gas prices. US oil prices rose more than 50% last year and have made a strong start to 2022, hovering around $85 a barrel, thanks to the global economic recovery from the coronavirus pandemic and supply cuts by the producer group OPEC. Okay, and also the tension between Ukraine and Russia right now. So okay, let's return to coals. Coals is has indicated that there are suitors out there. So it's up 33.97%. It's also an all-American company, so it's a good stock to watch. Very good to watch it. And AMC, well, some might say it's not an all-American company, but it's down 8.35%. Some market participants will argue otherwise. Definitely a stock that has a huge amount of following, a huge amount of investors. You can't discount it, So AMC down 8.29%, Coles up 34% or thereabouts, and there are a few other stocks in the move, but not too much going on there for them. Okay, Holly's Autotech down 1.68%, Vodafone up 6.44%, and a host of others. So let's return and see what's going on with the S&P futures. Okay, its momentum is improving for the first time in over 30 minutes, but still below 58.68 on this momentum escalator. So the index, or the futures index, is at 45.87. So what I do is, if it becomes overbought, then I scalp it. Open a position, a sell position, because at that sort of level, it is overbought. It is likely to cool off, and then sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. So right now it's improving. It's improving, but it could be better. You can see these sort of levels. If you open, you can see that. See what I mean? It gets here overbought, or just slightly getting into overbought. Once it got there, it cooled off. So that's what I'm observing at the moment. So it's now at 44.87 S&P futures. So Vodafone up 6.44. Let's look at KSS. See what's going on there. KSS Coles up 32. It has lost some of those gains. Okay, let's look at BBIG as well. BBIG, obviously not an all-American stock, but it has the interest of a lot of market participants, down 5.33%. Short interests, we know then, was about 24%, but we don't exactly know what it is right now. Would there be any news behind call as a BBIG? There isn't any news. And indeed, there are a few other stocks that have reasonable amount of short interests. Let's look at them. OCGN, one of them is, yes, OCGN down 2.13. Any news out there concerning OCGN today? Yes, it announces a new senior vice president. Okay, so let's see the volumes we are talking about here. 223,563, not a huge one. So I think the reason why, amongst other things, we are looking at calls is also because of its volume. The volumes are increasing as well. It's quite active at the moment. 3.412 million shares. That's what we're talking about. This is the level 2 for KSS as calls. Calls has indicated that it has received letters of interest from proposed buyers, I think. So let's see what's going on with Vodafone. I'll get the volume there. Okay, not a lot. Very small volume, relatively small. Okay, let's return to the S&P futures. Okay, momentum is okay. We missed this opportunity. You can see that if I got in there, there's a good chance I would have cashed in something there, but I missed that. But it's all right. I've already did so. I've already done a couple of them before we came on this live session. Momentum is improving. Okay, it's still there, but still not over, but just right on the boundary. So it's at 4349. This is still not as close as it's early October low of 4299. That would be its lowest support since the last 3 months. So trying to claw back all of these losses it has incurred for a couple of hours now. That's the S&P 500 futures, trading in between its 10 and 20-day moving average, but still below its 50 and 200-day moving average. This is the 1 minute live session, 1 minute live model for the S&P 500 futures right now, but it's got some resistance there, still lingering between the 10 and 20-day moving average on this 1 minute live chart. Okay, we're going to get another opportunity when it spikes again. You can see what I mean. It spikes. It's almost cyclical. You know, it's bound between 0 and 100. So if momentum gets to 100 or above, if it just spikes, it's going to come back again. You can see the wave going on. So that's what I've been targeting, and you know, you can also look at that yourself. But it's not. There's no guarantee that you're going to make money, because in this sort of situation it could spike, and it may linger there and continue to extend, and your position may worsen. Your position will continue to lose money. So it's what is certain is that the science is absolutely sensible, makes sense, logical, but would it go in your direction? There's no guarantee that will be the case. So it's now at 4349. That's the S&P futures, just getting some resistance from its 20-day moving average on this 1 minute live chart for the index. So let's return and see what is going on for coals. Coals is at $62.20, strongly bullish right now, one of the active stocks, and also an all-American company. That's really good. That's really good. Okay, let's return and see some of the. Okay, let's refresh this and see some of the stocks that are still on the move or that have become of interest to market participants. Okay, while we are there, we are the S&P futures has now risen above its 20-day moving average, but still getting some resistance there. So the market is opening up in about 41 minutes. So this is EXTN. Let's see why the stock is one of the most active stocks right now. EXTN. Okay, yes, that's another stock. Yes, it's it has gotten. It's a major stock. Another company is trying to acquire it. Let's get the news. This is EXTN jumps on 735 million buyout from NFlex. Okay, that's why we are seeing that move. EFX. Okay, let's edit this and get more people to come in here. Okay, so let's return and see what's going on with the S&P futures. Okay, moving sideways now, just consolidating, but momentum has continued to decline. Just continue to decline, but not dropping off, but declining regardless. This is now at 4349.37. We're waiting for. We missed this opportunity to get involved. You can see that there isn't really any guarantee that we would have made money if I got in there, because we have not seen a. We haven't seen a. Oops. Okay, we haven't seen a drop off, because what we were targeting is that since it's if it becomes overbought, or if momentum spikes, then it needs to cool off, and if it's cooling off, it's likely to be that the stock itself, the price itself, will cool off. So this strategy is taking advantage of the fact that we expect this bear market to continue. So the reverse will be the case if the stock, if the futures is rallying, but right now it is very much bearish. You can clearly see that is what's going on right now. So amongst other things, the news is that President Biden is considering sending troops, aircraft, and ammunition to Eastern Europe. So yes, that would definitely frighten a lot of market participants. So, but we don't exactly know what's going to happen in the regular session when the market opens. There might be a rally. They may retrace further, but we haven't reached the support of the lowest. It's most significant support over the last 3 months, which is at 4299. That occurred early October of last year, 2021. We haven't reached there yet. We're still at 4349. At some point in this pre-market session, it rallied up to 4427, but you can see that it has lost a lot of all of those gains. 4299 is quite far away from where it is right now, almost 100 points now, almost 100 points. So momentum is holding up, really holding up. Yes, if you don't mind, if you're there, give us a thumbs up if that's okay for you, and let's get going. Drop a comment. Let's see what you think, and if there's any stock you want us to have a look at, we can always do so. Right now we have the stock EXTN is going to be acquired by in a $735 million deal, and Calls is has indicated that it has gotten suitors but hasn't disclosed anything further. Calls obviously is also an all American stock, and that is amongst other things what we're hearing of late. We should all buy. Right now it's better to buy value stocks that are popular, the all American stocks, as against the growth ones, the SPAC ones that are not making money or anything like that. Obviously Calls is an all American one. It's getting acquisition interest, so maybe I'm not recommending that you buy it, but it's on the move right now. Let's get the volumes for it in this pre-market session. 3.66 million shares. It's definitely one of the most active stocks at the moment. So let's continue to see what's going on here. Momentum is trying to improve for the S&P 500 futures, and let's see whether we can get more broader market news. The S&P futures trade 31 points or 0.7% below fair value. The S&P 500 enters the session down 7.7% this month and is rapidly approaching correction territory. And the reviewing the monthly sector standing shows consumer direct discretionary down 12.2% and information technology down 11.4%, down more than 10% in January. Conversely, the energy sector is up 12.8%. So energy sector is one sector probably one might look at. Yes, obviously oil is at somewhere at $85 or thereabout, and the tension between Ukraine and Russia, if it worsens, it's likely to continue to rise, and one can't even dismiss the fact that or rather the suggestion that Putin is doing whatever he's doing to continue to ramp up the price of oil, because obviously Russia is one of the major oil suppliers in the world, so it's benefiting the country at the moment. But you also know that the US is also considering economic sanctions that will target funds getting into Russia, that is in the form of the SWIFT restrictions. Obviously money transfers into Russian accounts or goes through SWIFT. So, but I understand Germany is against that, but I don't think Germany is going to do much against that. And what it could do is to prevent flights flying. The much it has been able to do is to prevent flights from the UK over its territory going into Ukraine. That's the much it has been able to do at the moment. But when US decides to enforce that, or rather go ahead with that sanction, I don't think Germany will be able to do much in that direction. So who knows, maybe Russia or Putin is doing all of these things to get oil prices higher and higher, and it's working. We have only 2 likes. Can we make it 3 if you don't mind? So the CBOE volatility index, a barometer for fear and hedging interest, has risen 80.8% this month to 31.14, including a 7.8% gain this morning. Okay, that's what we are hearing. Let's see. Okay, Halliburton earnings outcomes are sounding good, but it's not, hasn't gained much. Let's look at what's going on there with Halliburton. Down 3.96%. Okay, let's return and see what's going on with S&P futures. It's still retracing. You can see that down at 43.62. Still retracing further. The market is going to open in about 30 minutes. Retracing, but momentum is just holding up just below the 20, just still oversold, but not decaying any further, just holding up there. The first line of this momentum oscillator is at 17.79, definitely oversold. The retracement has worsened, is worsening, decaying further. S&P at 4337.37 and dropping. Obviously, when the US market opens, more scalping will continue to take place. So momentum has even dropped further, decayed further to 5.47. It is totally oversold now. It could even be worse. But it's just holding up at 7.02. Indeed, we can always open a buy position here to buy this deep, but at the same time, there's no guarantee this retracement. We don't exactly know where the bottom is. What is absolutely certain is that with this, sellers are selling, taking their money off the stock, but they are also gradually becoming potential buyers as well. And then buyers are definitely not getting involved, obviously, because this is a seller's market. So sellers are still in charge, but also gradually dropping off in number. But buyers are not there at the moment, not really participating. So they are probably more in number because of the potential that they could take advantage of what's going on. So with it, we can see there's an increase in volume, which is amongst other things pointing or indicating, yes, that we have definitely a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers are taking money off the stock of the futures, and the further it goes, the likelihood of buyers coming in to take advantage. So it's oversold now at 6.7, totally oversold momentum. So definitely an opportunity for market participants to scalp and buy it and expect that maybe it will rally, but there's no guarantee it's going to rally. It could continue to decay further. We can see that definitely it's decaying further. 4329. This is the S&P futures. Very risky, to take up a position because it could decay further. Okay, it's picking up now at 4330.37. There's no guarantee it's going to rally. Market is opening in about 27 minutes. Very risky right now. Oh yes, we got 4 likes. Thank you very much. And S&P is also holding up, trying to improve, but still oversold. That's the momentum is still oversold at the moment. Momentum is just trying to improve, slightly inched up slightly above that oversold 20 mark. Very risky. This is a bear market, but at the same time a rally could ensue. Momentum is just trying to improve. It's now at 433.12. but has not made any headway. Still below the 20 mark. Okay, let's see what's going on elsewhere with the stocks on the move. At the bottom, down for 4.87%, decaying further. Let's look at calls. Calls has indicated that it has received letters of interest as it concerns acquisition. It's now at 61.76, closed at 46.84 in the last session. Let's get the volume. The volume is at 4.048 million shares. Definitely one of the most active stocks right now. So let's return and see what's going on with S&P futures. Yes, momentum has just spiked, but the futures is still at 433. Yeah, spiking. You can see that. We may try to short it or open a sell position if it goes above 80. So we're just going to stick here and see whether it's going to do so. The market is opening in about 24 minutes. Momentum is looking strong, but not moving much. So we're watching. Let's see if it's going to spike above 80, or at least just right on it or very close to it. At any moment it may do so. Let's see. Let's get ready to pick up a position and see if we're going to make anything, if we're going to scalp anything out. If not, we'll close the position. So improving, strongly bullish at the moment, even though the underlying trend is a bearish one. Just an indication that buyers are definitely more active than sellers. Or they're trying to push up the price of the futures, but it's weakening. We're not able to rally enough. It's now at the futures is cooling off at 4329 now. Okay, but at the same time it could still spike further. Yes, it's collapsed. It has collapsed now. I think that's the slow line, not exactly the fast line. I think the slow line has collapsed. The slow line of this momentum oscillator, 14 period slow stochastic oscillator. Sorry, that's the fast line. Sorry, the fast line is has collapsed. It's just right on 20.47. The market is opening in about 21 minutes. It has now returned back into the oversold territory. Volume is also strong as well. If you just join us, we are looking at the S&P futures. Okay, you can obviously see that it's very much bearish. We're now at 4322.47. This is also not the lowest it has reached since October of last year. The lowest was 4299. That would be its major support, but it hasn't not that far away from it, about 100 points, less than 100 points away from that. So it's something that can be attained, it can reach, it can retrace further towards. Obviously, the news amongst other things is that President Biden is considering sending troops, aircrafts, and other ammunition or other hardware to Eastern Europe, and has dared Putin to attack, or rather to invade Ukraine. So it's important. I mean, if you were President Biden, you probably do the same thing. So momentum is holding up, trying to improve. So the market is opening in about 20 minutes. We're watching this momentum oscillator. It's good. It helps to give us an indication as to a scalping opportunity. I mean, because we believe the bearish trend is still in effect. So if it spikes, if the momentum spikes, if there's a slight rally, it definitely is. I wouldn't say definitely. It provides an opportunity to sell that spike and make some money. So that's what I'm observing right now. So while we're at that, we can just return and see what's going on with calls. Calls is maintaining things at 61.69. Obviously, the stock indicated that it has received a letter of interest. That's the news. Let's get the volume. The last time we checked, it was at 4.0 million, 4.247 now. Definitely one of the most active stocks in this session. Let's get the other one, the other stock that is quite active in this session. I think it's EXTN. Okay, momentum is improving on the S&P futures. Let's look at EXTN. EXTN is up 65%, gained at $1.96. The news is that it has also received a $735 million bid to be acquired by another company. So the two most active stocks right now are on the move because of merger prospects. So S&P futures momentum is trying to improve, but the futures is now down at 432.4.12. Very much bearish, very much bearish. There's a good chance it might even decay further when the market opens in about 18 minutes or slightly less. Momentum is spiking, indicating that buyers are just fighting off or fending off sellers who are broadly in charge of this retracement we're looking at right now. So you can clearly see that for some time now, you can see it has not rallied sufficiently. Hasn't rallied sufficiently since 850 or thereabout, or 849 or thereabout Eastern US time. It hasn't rallied. The momentum hasn't improved any further. Not as much as it has, as it did before. Reaching this overbought condition. Yes, it has reached it. Let me see whether it's going to be an opportunity to scalp. Let me see. Just open the position. Yes, I'm going to see. It is highly risky. It might not go in my direction. Open a very tiny position. I'm just scalping. You can see the momentum is at 80 there, and I'm taking advantage of that. I'm expecting that it will drop off. The stock will continue to drop off. We're in a bearish state right now. The trend is a bearish one. There's no guarantee. I can always close it within a loss or with a loss. So I'm watching now and hoping that it will drop further. No matter the gain, I'm going to take it. No matter how small it is, but it's getting worse. It's running. My losses are increasing. Not a huge lot, but it is increasing. Increasing further, increasing further. But I'm hoping this momentum will reverse. My losses are growing. My loss is growing. The futures is now above its 20-day moving average. It's cooling off. Momentum is cooling off. The futures is cooling off as well. I hope it's going to cool off enough, but this hasn't done so. It's extending further, extending. My loss is increasing. So far it's not paying off. I can always reverse this. I can always reverse and join the trend, which is the mini trend, which is an upward one. But that would also mean I have to take the loss. I have to book that loss. Do I reverse or do I stay there and watch? Momentum is very strong, very strong, overbought. There's no guarantee it's going to cool off anytime soon. There's no guarantee it will cool off, because obviously the index has lost a huge lot. You can see it's lingering in that overbought condition, and my loss is increasing further. It's cooling off. Momentum is cooling off. My loss is getting smaller. The prospects of making anything is not looking so wonderful at the moment. So sellers are also watching. Just as buyers took advantage of the fact that it has been retracing and the bot, sellers are also they may try to take advantage of what has happened now to scalp out the buyers who have pushed it up right now. Momentum is cooling off. Trying to exit this overbought condition. My loss is improving. It's improving. Not as bad. But there's no guarantee it will go in my direction. It may just cool off again and ensue and continue to extend further. So the market is opening in about 11 minutes. Okay, it has momentum has left the overbought condition. It's retracing. Momentum precedes price action, but not always. Right now, I'm expecting the futures to drop. It's at 433.37. There's no guarantee to do so. My position is in a loss at the moment. Market is opening in about 11 minutes. Yes. S&P futures at 4332.62. Momentum is dropping further. Are we going to get the same for the futures? Momentum, you can clearly see is dropping. That's momentum here, dropping. That's the first line of this momentum oscillator, which just I'm hoping that it will go in my direction. But it's holding up. The future is holding up at 4332. So sellers have continued to have taken some more ground from buyers, but they're also decreasing. It's just gradually dropping down. Gradually, momentum is now at the oversold point, right on 18.75, 19.25. So it's oversold already. That is what the momentum is indicating. My loss is improving. There's no guarantee that I will make money out of this short trade, and I'm not going to, no matter how small the gain is, I will take it. That's scalping. If I were trading with bigger sums, that would also entail bigger gains or bigger losses. You can see momentum is oversold right now, but the future is also retracing further. I'm watching. There's no guarantee it will go in my direction. Already momentum is oversold. There's a good chance it may not, the futures may not retrace further. Momentum is at 9.01, is already totally empty. There's no guarantee. Maybe I opened the position too early. Yeah, so momentum is trying to improve, so opportunity has just gone out of the window, I think. So the S&P futures is holding up above 4325. That's our entry point, 4325. It's holding up above that, hasn't fallen below that. You can clearly see that 4325, it's holding up above that, hasn't fallen below that. This can also be a good opportunity to reverse my trade, to make it a buy one. Okay, but it's retracing now. Let's see whether it's going to fall below 4325. That's my entry point. It's at 4328 now. Market is opening in about 6 minutes. When the market opens, it could be something totally different. Futures is now at S&P futures is now at 4328, 4328.12. I wanted to drop to 4325 and I might be in the money. The underlying trend is a bearish one for the S&P futures. Let's see, the momentum is collapsing again. It's now at 4327.12. Market is opening in about 5 minutes. We're counting down. 4327.4.22, just hovering above 4325, 4326 points. Just getting support from that region, from that line, 4324. Okay, 4324. Okay, roughly 4325. That's my entry point. So we have 5 minutes more before the market opens. $4,325 is my entry point. There's no guarantee that it will drop. And who knows the direction it will go when the US market's open. My losses are increasing or fluctuating. Yes, if you just join us, we are looking at the S&P futures. It's at 4330, and I tried to short a brief rally right now, but it's not going in my direction. The underlying trend is a bearish one, but the momentum is improving right now, implying that the chances of making money from my position is not improving. Market is opening in about 3 minutes. Momentum is improving. The opportunity is going away further. Let's see, it's at the 433.512, about 10 points from my entering point, or 1.04 points from my entry point. If it rallies, I probably have to reverse, but at the same time the momentum is improving. Reversing may not give me what I desire, because the reverse may be the case. If I reverse, momentum is improving. Overbought right now. My losses are getting larger. The only thing I'm relying on is, because the momentum is overbought, it will cool off. So it's just slightly cooling off, but doesn't mean I'm going to make money. Just minimizing my losses. I must not bank a gain. I can always close it and wait for another opportunity. The market is opening in about a minute, and that's a dicey time, very dicey, because it could suddenly go in the opposite direction or go in my direction. Very, very, very risky. So I have to be on this to make sure I decide what to do if it doesn't go in my direction. So momentum is cooling off right now. Market is opening in a few seconds. Once the market opens, you'll see this the futures, the price will definitely reflect that. So I'm just quickly going to uncheck these boxes and return straight away and see what's going on. Market is opening in a few seconds. Okay, market is open. It's dropping. I think it's going in my favor, in my direction. It's going in my direction. No. Yes, my direction. I'm going to close it. Yes. Yeah, just banked in a very tiny gain there. Very tiny gain. Very, very tiny gain. So that's how I do it. Spikes, because this is we're in a bearish trend right now, so I'm just betting that no real rally is on the cards at the moment. So that's what I've been betting on. So let's see what's going on in the broader market. Okay, this is EXTN. This is probably the most active stock right now, and let's look at it's up 54.55%. Let's look at calls. Calls is KSS. Calls is up 32.19. Let's look at what's going on. Let's refresh the static page and see what's going on here. So I was able to bank in a small amount of gain because fortunately it went in my direction, but it could have gone worse. The futures could have rallied even further and worse in my case. So I'm going to continue to observe it and see how things pan out. Right now we are in a bearish trend, so if that remains the case, I will also continue to scalp if I can. So it's the S&P futures at 4330.97 right now. Momentum is just holding up at 33.05. Yeah, if you're there, if you don't mind, you can give us a thumbs up if that's okay for you. We have 4 likes. Let's get it to 5. So right now the S&P futures is holding up. At some point in the pre-market session, it was at 44.27, so it has dropped off up to 90 points. Obviously, the news is that President Biden is considering sending troops, hardware, and aircraft to Eastern Europe. So calls is still strong, but has lost some of those gains. Let's see what some of the biggest movers in this session. If you're just joining us, we're looking at the S&P futures is at 4330.72. KSS calls Corp up 31.3%. Yes, we have five likes. Thank you very much. So we want to get some stocks in the move right now. Okay, we can quickly see what's going on with AMC. AMC down 7%. BBIG. Vinco Ventures down 9.87%. Okay, S&P futures at 4329. Trying to rally, but would it be a false one? At 4334.72. Have we reached a bottom? This is at somewhere at between 4324 and 4316. Could that be the bottom? Who knows? Trying to inch up, trading above its 50-day moving average on this 1-minute live chart. S&P futures momentum is getting overbought. I'm very cautious about opening another position, because I might be burnt if I do so. It's oversold now, it's overbought now. Vinco Ventures down 5.69. all the indexes are down. S&P down 1.54%. Let's get some of the stocks that are in the move right now. EXTN, Apple, Palantir. Calls has fallen. SoFi Technologies down 5.83%. If you just join us, we are watching the stocks in the move on the S&P 500. SoFi down 5.4%, 5.3. Obviously not an all-American stock. It's a growth stock. You decide whether you're going to take advantage and buy this deep. Market participants, or rather commentators, are saying don't buy good stocks that are not making money. If you're going to buy growth stocks, maybe buy the ones that are making money and also making profit, maybe the FANG stocks. But you decide whether that is your thesis. That's whether that's a thesis you subscribe to. So let's get more thumbs up if you can. Let's get more thumbs up. We have only 4. Can we make it 5 if you don't mind? SoFi down 5.54%. Let's see whether there's any news for SoFi. There's no news there. There's no news. BBIG. Let's see what's going on with it. BBIG down 3.45. We have Apple, the second most active, down 1.39%. Obviously one of the many all-American stocks. The other one that is has gained some amount is 33 is calls. It's up 33.13%. The company has indicated it has received a letter of interest about a possible acquisition. Okay, well, thank you very much. We have 5 likes now. Moving on to 6 likes. So the news, you can always see it here. The news is okay. The broader news is that Wall Street sets for losses amid Ukraine crisis. Okay, so the US. I'm digressing here, but I just want to get it out to you. U.S. State Department on on Sunday issued advisory for Americans to leave Ukraine as Russia massed troops near its border with Ukraine. Meanwhile, the UK government revealed Saturday Kremlin's plan to install pro-Russian leader in Kiev. Yeah, so the calls is you can see that confirms it has received expression of interest as it concerns acquiring the company. So okay, so the shares saw and take over interest from Sycamore and Acacia. So that's what we are talking about as it concerns the calls. Yeah, we have 5 likes. Can we make it 6, please, if you don't mind? Okay, let's look at the S&P futures and see whether it's actually retracing. It's rallying, as a matter of fact. Momentum is strongly bullish here. Momentum is strongly bullish, rallying at 43.45, 43.44. Do I buy this rally? I need to take the risk and buy it, but it is strongly bullish. The momentum is overbought. Take the risk? No. Momentum is overbought. It's definitely going to cool off, and that is exactly what is happening. So right now, if I think it's going to rally, maybe I should be looking at buying this rally right now, based on what the momentum is indicating. Momentum is waning at the moment. Maybe it might be a good time to buy, but normally I wait for it to cool off sufficiently. Has it cooled off? Not enough. It's still at 58.29. It could cool off better. It could cool off more. So S&P futures at 4340.22, cooling off now. Momentum. Getting support from its 50-day 10-day moving average. Has broken through that support right now. S&P futures at 433.47. Momentum is racing down, getting oversold. Not oversold yet, but waning. Momentum for S&P futures dropping off. Okay, let's see what's going on. Coals is still at 62.42. Let's see some of the other stocks that are on the move, some of the active ones. Palantir is one of them, down 6.58. Let's see. Down 5.51. Let's see the ones that are gaining. Okay, Shift PIXY is okay. PIXY. Let's see. Okay, up 34.69%. This is we had retracement levels. It has since broken away from them. Let's get the news behind this rally for Shift PIXY. It announces the launch of robust NFT gamification loyalty program. So that is what's behind this rally. Let's get the volumes. Volume is 8.796 million shares. Shift PIXY up 33.87%. Let's return and see what's going on with the S&P futures. Retracing 43.11. You can see that oversold. If we open the position, it's the sell position. Maybe would have banked in more gains, but S&P futures retracing further and further. Is he going to rally? Okay, the other one is BT Brands Inc. Let's see, BTBD up 30.27%. Let's get the news. Okay, burger chain BT Brands more than doubles on strong volumes. Let's see what the futures are saying. Okay, didn't escape, still at 43.16.72. has decayed further now. 43.15. Let's see what's going on with AMC. AMC is down 10.11%. BBIG down 8.41%. So the market is closed. Sorry, the market is 18 minutes in. Okay, S&P futures at 43 4316.97, and it is at this juncture that we'll sign out from this live session. And thank you very much. We'll continue to update you. Thank you very much for joining.